Please join me in welcoming Miss Rena Muronaga. Her speech title is, Where Does Our Garbage Go? Where Does Our Garbage Go? So, Miss Rena Muronaga, would you come up to the stage?
Thank you, the Master of Ceremony, distinguished judges, all the audience, and organizers. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Rena, we are going to live abroad. My father said to me on my 9th birthday. Just 3 months later, I started my new life in the Philippines. This was the most surprising present I have ever had. I was so excited to explore new environments. Beaches, food, cultures, everything looked amazing, and I could not wait to experience it. But soon, I realized that the Philippines had a dark problem. 2 months later, I went for a drive to the Manila Cathedral, a famous sightseeing spot. On the way, I saw something strange. Guess what? A giant banana tree? No. It was a gigantic 20-meter-high mountain composed of waste. I asked the Filipino driver, "What is that?" He answered, "It's Smoky Mountain. Unprocessed waste was abandoned over and over, then created a large mountain." Why is it called smoky? Because the waste is burning and produces smoke. We lack a waste management system and cannot recycle the waste. This was my first encounter with Smoky Mountain. When I approached there, I was very shocked at the sight. People were living there. I met a girl named Monica living in Smoky Mountain. Her living condition was heartbreaking. She could eat only once every 3 days and had to drink polluted water. "It tastes like poison," she told me, "but we have no choice." Poor sanitary condition causes frequent diseases. Her neighbor lost his arm when he was caught in a garbage truck. Monica's story wasn't rare. Every day, thousands of people were in danger of disease, injury, and death, captured in a cycle of poverty created by waste. Smoky Mountain is not just a story of a country far away from us. Today, I am here to tell you that you are also part of the problem, and you might be the next Monica. Going back to Smoky Mountain, why did it occur in the first place? The lack of infrastructure partly causes a problem, but there is another significant reason. That is waste colonialism. Waste colonialism is a practice where developed countries export their waste to developing countries. Developing countries cannot manage huge volume of waste and become dumping grounds. According to the Ministry of Environment, Japan exports 1.5 million tons of garbage yearly and is the second largest exporter of plastic waste in the world. Seeing Smoky Mountain, I dreamed of being a supporter of developing countries, but I realized that we are the offenders. So, why does Japan export so much waste to foreign countries? One reason is that Japan is a small country and we have limited space for landfills. However, the main reason is overconsumption. For example, in Japan, each person has 35 pieces of clothing that they never wear in a year, and one individual produces over 2,000 kilograms of plastic waste in their life. This mass consumption creates a large amount of waste, which Japan exports to developing countries. However, the situation is now changing. In 2021, international regulation was updated to prevent the export of non-recyclable plastic waste. That means Japan must dispose of its own waste. We lost our escape route. You may think like this. Okay, but the amount of exported waste will be reduced. It's good for developing countries. However, according to the Ministry of Environment, in just 23 years, Japan's final disposal site will have no more space. In 23 years, we will lose the capacity to dump waste, and cities will be covered in net. The next victims will not be from Smoky Mountain in the Philippines, but you. You may become a victim of a second Smoky Mountain, right here in Japan. Then, what can we do? Of course, there are many actions governments or companies can take, but today, I'd like to offer 2 suggestions that everyone can start right away. The key word is 5 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and 2 more R's. The first new R is refuse. Stop buying items that are likely to become trash and value eco-friendly products. For example, how about bringing your water bottles instead of buying plastic bottles from vending machines? One person consumes 200 plastic bottles yearly. So if everyone here started using water bottles, we could reduce 30,000 plastic bottles, equal to 1,000 kilograms of waste. If everyone keeps doing that for 10 years or 20 years, more and more waste can be reduced. Let's find products that can be refused and value eco-friendly products. The second R is repair. Don't immediately throw away broken items. Repair it and use it for longer. Honestly, I frequently damage my clothes. When the buttons go missing, I sew my other favorite buttons onto the damaged clothes, which makes them look more fashionable. I realized that repairing not only extends the item's lifespan, but turns waste into treasure. Reduce, reuse, recycle, plus refuse and repair. These 5 R steps are keys to reducing waste. What one person can do might be small, but if everyone takes a small step every day, we can avoid becoming both offenders and victims. We are not powerless. Each of us has the power to make a difference. In 23 years, we cannot dump waste anymore. The time limit is coming up soon. So, from now on, let's consider the waste destination. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Muronaga. Now we would like to proceed with the question and answer session. Hence, Mr. Eboshi, please.
Okay, good afternoon, Muronaga-san.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how do you feel right now?
Well, I really enjoyed this stage because Yasuda Auditorium, even the students of U Tokyo cannot enter this auditorium so much. So I really enjoyed this opportunity.
That's very good. Okay, thank you very much for your speech. So my first question is about importing garbage. So why do developing countries, including the Philippines, import garbage from the world?
Okay, thank you. Well, the reason is because those developing countries who import the garbage can earn money from developed countries. So they rely on this profit to some extent. Therefore, due to economic reasons, they buy some garbage.
So let me clarify. So developing countries purchase garbage from developed countries and then they sell garbage inside their countries.
Well-
Is this understanding correct?
Well, for some garbage, such as clothes that are sold in the domestically, like used clothes. However, for plastic waste or other waste, it cannot be used so much. It should be recycled. However, there are no facilities in developing countries so much. Therefore, they just dump into the dump site.
Okay, I understand. Next question is about your solution, 5 Rs. So would you please explain more clearly how your 5 Rs contributes to solving global garbage issues?
Okay, thank you. Well, as I mentioned earlier, if we stop using water bottles, we can reduce 1,000 kilograms of plastic waste in just 1 year by the people who are in Yasuda Auditorium today. So I think what individual can do can bring a great impact on our society. So this is my evidence or my example of 5 Rs
Okay.
impact.
Then I would like to know about what global or international organizations or the Japanese government should do to reduce the amount of garbage.
Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, I think governments or international organizations has a great impact on our society. So governments should inform us that in just 23 years that we cannot dump waste anymore. Well, these kind of information are not known by majority of people. So first of all, governments or organizations have to inform them about the evidence. And also, secondly, I think this is necessary to invest to the technology. For example, recycling technology or whatever. I think investment is necessary to boost the development of technology.
All right, time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Iboshi and Ms. Muronaga. Now we will have the judging time.